Well, thank you so much. I have almost all the Rotering family with me. Kale's playing over in the area. Danny is here, Kevin is here, Rosie's here, and Mason is here. Hi, Mason. It's good to see you. How are you today? Tell me about that cupcake you had. Was it delicious? Cupcake. Oh, honey.
He said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That was adorable. How are you guys doing? Here, Mom. Danny, you doing good?
We're doing great.
Okay, all right. Thank you, first of all, for making the effort to be here, because, sometimes packing up the kids and getting places is not quite as easy as, as doing other things. How about this Remax team we have here this afternoon? So this is the Dan Stacy team at Remax, and they're here for you guys.
They're here for Mason.
They're here for Mason. They're here for the whole family, because we kind of hang out as a family, don't we? Mm-hmm. So Danny or Kevin, whoever has the mic closest to him, whoever can get it away from Rosie. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Mason. How does Mason's story start? Because we'd really like to hear it.
Shortly after he was born, he was diagnosed with Down syndrome, which was a surprise, but not a major hurdle. And then when he was 3, he was diagnosed with leukemia on December 23rd of 2013. So that was quite an eye-opening experience.
Was he, sick or tired? I mean, did you guys get tipped off at all that there might be something else going on?
He wasn't himself for a while, and we kind of suspected like a nasty cold or sinus infection or something like that. And it took a while, and then all of a sudden, okay, well, that's definitely not it because it's not getting better. So we took him in the emergency room, and 10, 11 o'clock at night, found out he had leukemia.
Well, first of all, you guys are probably worn out.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because nobody's gotten any sleep. You're in the emergency room. You're probably scared to death.
Yep.
And to get news like that, I don't even know. Your heart, did it just sink? What happened? What did you guys, it might even be painful to even remember what happened.
Yep, it is. It's hard to look back on it and think about specific experiences because then you end up being emotional. But looking at it as a whole and everything you went through and how he's doing now, it's amazing. Because all the stuff he went through, he went through, I think it was over 30 different spinal taps. And I don't know how many doctor visits and IV treatments and everything just to go through 2.5 years of treatments. And now he's a year and a half out of treatment and he's doing great.
So, like today, bringing Mason to the clinic and the hospital area, is he afraid or you do okay?
He loves it here.
Okay.
He actually runs in front of us, of course, because his only mode of transportation is running. Gosh forbid we walk anywhere. So he's already off the elevator the second it dings, and he's in by the nurses. He's in by everybody. Everybody loves him. Everybody knows him. They're all saying hi to Mason.
So right now, Mason, he can catch a cold or he can catch a virus pretty quick.
He's about like a normal kid now. I think he's a little bit more sensitive, but nothing major. It's just, I think sometimes it might take him a little bit longer to get over something, but when he was going through treatment, if he caught a cold, generally he'd be in the hospital.
Yeah, that's super scary. So, yep. Danny, I know you're in tune. You can tell, can't you?
Very much so.
Yeah, when he's doing good now.
Yep.
We already have 8 calls. We haven't even asked for calls yet, and we've got 8 of them. 784-KIDS, 784-5437, and we thank everyone who's already made a call already. We haven't even come up with a number. That's a pretty good testament to your family and to Mason. So what's next for Mason?
Being a normal kid again.
Okay.
For 2.5 years, he kind of had to keep him isolated because his immune system wasn't there. Now he can be normal, go out to school, recess, whatever he wants to do, whatever he can do, he can do.
What school does Mason go to?
Trempealeau Elementary.
Oh, do you go to Trempealeau Elementary? Is that your school, Mason? Oh, he's too busy playing ball right now.
And tonight we're going to make up for lost time, and he's going to have a birthday party. One of those few things that you don't really have much of when you're in treatment, just because you just can't expose him to other kids' germs, and especially this time of year. So he's having a birthday party tonight. He turns 7 on Tuesday.
He turned 7 on Tuesday. So what's the theme of the birthday party? Where are you guys going? What you doing?
We're going to the indoor playground in Winona. Our theme is pretty much just playing.
Is playing and pizza.
Playing and pizza, and if Mason gets his way, which of course he always does.
Well, of course.
There will be applesauce at the party too.
Applesauce is like a huge thing because I was back in what we call the snack room, and you were offering him the option of what he would like, whether it would be, a cupcake or whatever it was. He wanted the applesauce. He's an applesauce kind of guy.
He brought applesauce for his birthday snack at school. I'm not sure how it went over with the other kids, but he was pretty excited about it, and that's all that matters.
So every time I've been around a function for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, you guys have been there, given back. What have they done for you? What have they done for your family? They keep passing the mic back and forth.
Yeah, there's only 4 mics here, but we're only allowed 1 because the kids have the other 2.
Yeah, of course. Well, let's see. We were wondering what Children's Miracle Network helped you guys with.
Children's Miracle Network has done many things for us. In the beginning, when you really don't know what's going on, you don't remember what day it is, you don't even know what time it is. They come in and they're quick to hand you meal vouchers. They'll be like, "Did you eat today?" Be like, "I don't know. What day is today?"
Exactly.
They're just making sure that you're fed, making sure that you remember that you have to take care of you so you can take care of him. They're checking to see if, do you need gas to get down here? How many days have you been here? Do you want me to watch your kid and you can go take a shower? I mean, they're there before you even realize what's going on anymore.
I think, am I remembering something about an iPad?
Yes. Yep. They got him an iPad, and that helps him with his learning. He sits down and works on his letters sometimes, his colors. He's actually improved a lot, partly because of that. And we're working with him a lot on the side, too. And you just talk about colors and stuff or whatever it is, and he has improved quite a bit.
In the last year, he said more to me today than I've heard out of him for a long time.
He is getting very vocal now.
Yeah.
It's good for him to hear the sounds and hear the letters and hear the words that the iPad's able to say to him, and then he can repeat them. And, it's doing the same thing with him that entertains him. So it works. It's amazing. I think it's definitely helped his speech.
And so you really think that iPad and those programs that is really what's really helping him? Is it making it fun for him?
It's that kind of reinforces a lot of things, and the teachers work with him at school too. So it's getting it on both fronts, and like, how many times can you repeat the same word over and over and over?
Well, yeah.
iPad does that, and that helps him out. Not saying we don't want to do it, but it emphasizes certain things for him, and it helps him a lot.
Well, you know what? I think what we'll do is we'll find out where we're at with the calls, because I've lost track of how many calls have come through. We're at 9 calls right now, and I think we'll go. John, how many calls should we go for? We have 9 right now, so let's go for 12. We're going to go for 12 at 784-KIDS, 784-5437, and if we hit 12, maybe we'll just go for 15.
And Joni?
Yes.
And, I want to remind everybody on this one, too, that we have the RE/MAX team on our phone bank right now, but the Dan Stacy RE/MAX office had called in, and they're issuing the challenge right now, $500 challenge to everybody out there right now. They will match up to $500. Okay.
I think this would be the time to call.
We have folks from various RE/MAX offices on our phone bank, but the Dan Stacy RE/MAX office called in and they've issued the challenge.
Well, that is a challenge. Throwing it down. 784-KIDS, 784-5437. Let's go for 15 because we hit 12. We hit 12. We're going for 15. Mason is a very popular young man.
He is very outgoing.
He really is.
It's definitely all him, because both Kevin and I are very shy. And I mean, a lot of the Children's Miracle Network things, you come and you talk to people and you tell people your story. And, if it wasn't for Mason, Kevin and I would just love to stay home.
Well, sometimes getting outside of your comfort zone, you guys are the only one that can tell your story. And I know it's uncomfortable sometimes, but you guys do it so well because you let us know what happens under your roof. And things are sometimes, they are really challenging. But thank goodness Mason has jumped the hurdle. I mean, things are good.
Yep.
And his health scans are coming back good.
Yep. Nothing to worry about. It was a high 80, low 90% chance where it'll never come back again. So it's really reassuring that you have that, but anytime he's sick or something, you always have that in the back of your mind going, oh, well, what if? And it's a sick feeling when you're thinking that, but it's always going to be in the back of a person's mind.
You know, the phones are ringing. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
Another call came in. It's 784-KIDS and 784-5437. You're listening to the Children's Miracle Network Hospital's Radiothon, and we have the Dan Stacy team at RE/MAX offering a challenge, a $500 challenge, and we have a lot of folks from RE/MAX offices on the phone banks right now, the Blood Center of Wisconsin, and what they're doing is taking the calls and taking the pledges as they are coming in, and they are coming in at 784-KIDS, 784-5437. And what if somebody is at home and just cannot make the decision whether they should pick up the phone and call and pledge? Is there something that you guys would tell them?
It's an excellent cause, and it helps out a lot of kids. Going through leukemia and the hematology oncology department, you see a lot of families that go through there that are in a rough position, having to deal with cancer or whatever it happens to be, and it helps out a lot of families.
You know, and a lot of times you have to stop work.
Yes.
You know,
when
you
he was
can't
in the
work.
hospital, one of us was with him the entire time, at all times, except for like if he was sleeping at 2 a.m, a nurse would just be sitting in the room, and we'd run out and just go for a walk a little bit. But when he's in the hospital, neither of us, or one of us, couldn't work at that time. And when you're counting on 2 incomes, it hurts, but then they helped out with gas to make sure we were able to get to the hospital, to make sure we were where we needed to be.
You know, and it's tough to ask for help.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And generally, we always turn it down, and you turn it down, but at that point, when you're in that position, you really can't.
And that's what it's there for.
Yep, and absolutely.
We're at 14. We have one more call to meet our goal.
Well, and to put it in a little perspective, I mean, Mason was, at the time Mason was diagnosed, he wasn't in school. And I know many people take their children to daycare, and Mason was out of daycare for 9 whole months. So that's 9 months that both my husband and I were working part-time, or working at night, or working at 3 o'clock in the morning because one of us could. So that's 9 months where, he always had one of us by his side. And that definitely takes away a lot of the income that you had already planned on.
Yep.
The sacrifices is just...
Oh, yeah.
It's just there. It's just what you have to do.
Yep. And now we're at a point where we're helping out CMN, giving back, and it's kind of one of those
It makes you feel
pay
good.
it forward kind of things.
Yep. And it makes you feel good to be able to do that.
Yep, because they were there for you, so you want to be there to make sure they are able to help someone else out who needs it.
You know, over the years, I've really gotten to know you guys, and it's so fun because I can hardly wait to see the kids come because I know we're going to have a wild time. I know. We hit it! Would you like to say thank you?
Thank you very much. And if I can get Mason, I will get a thank you out of him, too.
Thank you to all the callers, the people at the phone bank, and of course everybody here, because if you've been watching, you noticed our kids aren't around anymore, but you're hearing lots of yelling and you're seeing us looking in weird ways and whatnot. And yeah, that's because they're throwing a ball around in the back. And this is actually kind of awesome for Kevin and I because we don't have to watch them for the last 5 minutes and everybody else has been running around after them.
And it lets them be kids.
Yep.
It lets them be kids. Thank you guys so much for coming. It's been fun. I don't know if Mason will come back over here or not.
I don't think we're
He's
gonna
busy.
playing ball.
He's
Somebody
busy.
just walked in that he knows, so I don't think he's coming back.
Well, we appreciate you so much, and we appreciate all the calls that have come in and continue to come in. It's the Children's Miracle Network Hospital's Radiothon, a service of the La Crosse Media Group.